The process was excellent. I got clear and concise information, and I got answers to all of the questions that I had. And one of the questions that I had was when it came time to pick out a hearing aid, I asked hearing doctors to recommend one. And when they did, I said, well, why did you recommend this one? And they said, well, there was a Redskins offensive lineman that had trouble understanding the words in the huddle, and this hearing aid worked for him. And I said, well, that's good enough for me.
Ken's been coming to our offices for a number of years, and over time his hearing has gotten a little bit worse. So now it's considered to be a moderate to moderately severe hearing loss, a little bit different in each ear. So we always have to make sure to set each ear to the level that it needs to be for that particular ear.
I was happy that I could hear better. At first there was a little bit of background noise, which I knew there was going to be before basically my brain tuned it out, and it disappeared as a factor. I also found that, consistent with what hearing doctors had said, it's not going to restore, given the amount of hearing loss I had, myself all the way back to 100%, but it was nice to be able to hear better. And over the years, as my hearing has continued to deteriorate, it's been more and more important that I have the hearing aid.
Having a regular checkup, usually every 6 months, is an important way to make sure that the hearing aids last as long as possible, that we can give it a thorough cleaning, that we can check to make sure it's working properly, give it a listen, make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and if it's not, we can always send it in for repair. And we do a hearing test each year, and that way if the hearing does change, we can reprogram the hearing aids to make sure that they always worked optimally.
If you wait on the hearing aids, you're not only losing that amount of time when you could be hearing better, but the process of being able to turn sounds into words, that part will run downhill faster than with the hearing aid, and the hearing aid only can correct so much of that. And so what I would say is not to delay, particularly once you have either noticed it yourself or particularly if you get any medical advice.
So with hearing loss, people are usually missing the clarity of speech. So sometimes they can hear that someone is talking, but often can't really understand what they're saying. And that gets a lot worse when there's background noise or when someone's trying to talk to you from another room. And so often people will end up trying to avoid those situations, or not always participate in all the activities that they want to or that they used to, because they just can't hear as well. Maybe they can't hear their grandkids as well, or the TV show that they're watching. And so hearing aids can help to make things clearer, make them louder, so that you can participate in those activities again.
With the latest hearing aid, the outside the ear one, I use it for phone calls, and I find that to be very helpful, and I find that to be easy to use. I switch on the Bluetooth in my phone, and that's a pretty easy process, and that really enhances the process of cell phone calls.
At Hearing Doctors, we always make sure to get patients exactly what they need. So whether it's something that can connect with their smartphone so they can make adjustments, something that's rechargeable so that they don't need batteries, or some other customization to make sure that it fits their ear properly and that they can hear the best that they can.
My hearing aid broke because after I had an ear infection, my ear produced an unusually large amount of earwax, and I, at that point, was wearing inside the hearing aids, and that was very hard on the hearing aid. And I really appreciate that Hearing Doctors worked with the company. At one point, they reinstalled the hearing aids so that one of the openings is in the back rather than the front, and that really helped. But Hearing Doctors really went to bat for me on my hearing aids repeatedly, and that was really important to me.
Ken's been our patient at Hearing Doctors for almost 10 years, and we've been so happy to have him as part of our practice. If you or someone you know is looking to start their hearing health journey, you can visit our website at hearingdoctors.com.